So good morning, dear student. Welcome back in today's science class in our online classes. I hope you are all utilize your time very carefully and you are doing your study very in a proper way, because now the condition is very bad. The corona is spreading very fast. So please take care about yourself and your family. And necessary, please don't go outside. Okay, and follow whatever the guidelines given by the government. So now in today's class, without wasting time, we start with the next topic that I already told you in the previous class. We are in today's class we are going to discuss about nitrogen fixation or nitrogen cycle. So nitrogen cycle, as you know that already you know that in the atmosphere means this air is the mixtures of the different many gases. So the most percentage of this atmosphere is what nitrogen. This nitrogen is 78%. This is the nitrogen. Nitrogen in the atmosphere is almost 78%. But this free atmospheric nitrogen is not utilized by the plants and animals, even human body or a human being. Now you know that being this nitrogen is a very useful in all the biological forms. It is the main part of a protein and main part of a nucleic acid like RNA and DNA. But this nitrogen is useless for us if this nitrogen is not converted in useful forms, because that useful forms can be only utilized by the plants and the animals. Means this free atmospheric nitrogen, this atmospheric nitrogens in the form of N2, it's useless. So this can be done by the water nitrogen fixation. So now next first we discuss about the nitrogen cycle. The way in which nitrogen is changed into the many different forms that are used by the living organisms. Nitrogen cycle means the process, the way, the methods by which this nitrogen, this free atmospheric nitrogen changes into the different forms, different usable forms, which can be utilized by the plants and animals for manufactures of proteins and many nucleic acids like RNA and DNA, because you know that these are the main important parts of many biological molecules. So by this nitrogen cycle, this nitrogen can be utilized by the plants and animal in a different usable forms. So this cycle which maintain the in this we are going to discuss about the process or ways, the steps by which that this nitrogen can be regulate or balance in the atmosphere. So now next the nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation means the process method in which this free atmospheric nitrogen is changed into usable forms or maybe changed in a nitrate and nitrites or in its compound. This process is called what? Nitrogen fixation. Once again I repeat, the process, methods by which or way by which this free atmospheric nitrogen change or convert into its compound like nitrate and nitrite, which can be further utilized by the plants and animals. So this process is called what? Nitrogen fixation. Now nitrogen fixation, this nitrogen fixation can be done in a two way. First one is atmospheric nitrogen fixation and biological nitrogen fixation. Means first one, the natural process by the natural way, natural phenomena is there by the process of lightning. So in the atmosphere, this free atmospheric nitrogen can be changed into nitrate and nitrite by the atmospheric nitrogen fixation. Means by the high spark of lightning. That high spark of lightning, it changes nitrogen into its oxides, and then further this oxide of nitrogen mixed or react with the water, the moistures or the water present in the atmosphere, and it forms water nitrates, nitric acid, then further it's changed into nitrate and nitrite. So this process is called water nitrogen fixation by the atmospheric process. Now you can see that at the page number 16, atmospheric nitrogen, the lightning in the atmosphere can causes the nitrogen to react with the oxygen and to produce water, oxide of nitrogen. these get washed away by the rains while the forming dilute nitric acid. So when it react or it washed by the rain or water, maybe in the form of atmospheric this water vapor or in the form of rain, so it form water dilute nitric acid. This nitric acid can be react with the alkalis, and then further this nitric acid again react with what? Alkalis, and then after it forms water that alkalis present in the limestones or in many other forms. Then finally it forms water nitrates and nitrites, and that compound of nitrogen, nitrates and nitrites. This nitrates and then nitrites can be utilized by the plants and forms water protein, and that protein further utilized by the water animals or the human beings by consuming these plants. Or now next way, the biological nitrogen fixation. Biological nitrogen fixation means some biological agents like some bacteria like rhizobium, for example. This rhizobium bacteria, one very important this bacteria which is help in this biological nitrogen fixation. Means nitrogen can be fixed or converted into its compound by some biological agents in biological forms like bacteria. This rhizobium is a type of bacteria which lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. All the leguminous plants like pea, this grams, pulses, beans, सोयाबीन लाइक दिस ऑल. सो ये जितने भी दाल वाले पौधे हैं पल्सेस, इसको ल्यूमिनस प्लांट कहते हैं. इससे रिलेटेड टू द ल्यूमिनस फैमिली. So this all the leguminous have the root nodules in their roots, and that is a place for the living of this rhizobium bacteria, and this rhizobium bacteria helpful for water conversion of this atmospheric nitrogen into its compound or in the form of nitrate and nitrites, which can be further utilized by the plants to formation of protein, and that can be further utilized by the animals and the human being. Okay, so this is the biological fixation, nitrogen fixation. Now another the methods. Sometimes the another bacteria like blue green algae is also associated with this biological nitrogen fixation. Anabaena, azolla, these are some bacteria. Azolla is you can use like a biofertilizer, but Anabaena is also bacteria which can form this process or help in nitrogen fixation. Now next we are going to about this symbiosis. What do you mean by this symbiosis? Symbiosis means it's the association or association of two organisms like this algae and fungus. So this can also known as mutualisms. Means they are interdependent on each other. Algae, the association of algae and fungus and forms lichens. So this lichens is called a symbiosis. Because these are the combination association of water, fungus and algae, and they provide the useful things. Once provide the shelter to another, and another provides water. This you can say the nitrate and nitrites by this nitrogen fixation. So both are water helpful for each other. Now you see this is symbiosis, page number 17 here. This we are talking about symbiosis. Symbiosis is a close relationship in which the two organisms live close enough and help each other. These bacteria live inside the blisters like structures called nodules in the roots of leguminous. The leguminous are rich in proteins because they have these bacteria helping them to make a protein. So this symbiotic relationship means the relationship or the grouping, or you can say the organisms lives together, or mutualism, or mutually they are depends on each other. This is called water. This type of relationships is known as water mutualisms, or you can say the symbiotic relationship or symbiosis. Okay. Now next, what are the main important steps that involve in this nitrogen fixation, or you can say this nitrogen cycle? Steps of nitrogen cycle. The first one is a assimilation, second is a amplification, third is a nitrification, and fourth is a denitrification. So these are the four steps involved in the nitrogen cycle. So everybody see your textbook at the page number 17. We discuss or we read this one by one. So it's a more clear for us. Everybody take your textbook and open the page number 17. There is all the four steps are given. First we discuss about the assimilation. In assimilation, as we know that this air has about 78% nitrogen. Nitrogen is used or needed for the many life. It is an important part of protein and genetic material of a living organism. As I told you that it's a basic part of a protein and it is a basic unit or a component for what constituents of a genetic material like RNA and DNA. But plants and animals cannot use nitrogen directly to form this material. So plant can absorb the nitrogen compounds, ammonia, nitrates and nitrites and convert them into the protein. This is called assimilation. So assimilation means the process in which water, nitrogen compound, this is nitrate, nitrites and this ammonia, this change into protein. So you can say that the assimilation is a process in which this nitrogen compound or nitrogen compound means nitrate, nitrates and ammonia can be changed or converted into the protein. This process is called what? Assimilation. So this is called assimilation. Animals cannot do such conversion. Means animals do not have this capability to convert this nitrate and nitrates into the protein. So this can be done by the water plants. This can be done by the plants. So to obtain the proteins, herbivores animals consume the plants. So herbivores animals consume the plants and the carnivores and animals consume the other animals and therefore they consumes nitrogen indirectly. Means these organisms means animals cannot do this process by themselves. So directly indirectly they are depends on water autotrophs or you can say that on herbivores or directly or indirectly on the plants. Second thing, ammonification. Ammonification means when the plants and animals die, their body get decomposed into the soil into ammonia and ammonium compounds and decay bacteria and decomposers such fungi helps in this process called ammonification. And ammonia is a poisonous substance. Means after the dead body, means the decomposition of dead body, these things change into water, change into the ammonia and ammonium and these are mixed with the soil. Next one, this nitrification. In nature, if the ammonia levels become too high, nitrification occurs. Okay, if the nitrogen, this amount of ammonia day by day increase in atmosphere, then what happen? Nitrification occurs. Nitrification is the conversion of ammonia into nitrites and nitrates by the nitrifying bacteria. Means some bacteria is there which can which can do the work of conversion of this ammonia into nitrate and nitrites. Okay, if there will be no this nitrifying ammonia is there will be continue to the level of this ammonia increase in the atmosphere and it's a harmful effects on the animals and the plants, aquatic plants. So such type of conversion in which this ammonia converted into its nitrate and nitrites, this is called water nitrification and this can be done by some bacteria that is called nitrifying bacteria. So use of excessive fertilizers by the farmer can add the nitrification. Continually the farmer use this nitrogen. So this is also the way by which this level of ammonia is increased in the nature. Okay, so we can should use wisely, very wisely this fertilizers. High nitrate levels in the drinking waters are harmful to the human babies and causes the condition called the blue baby syndrome. This blue baby syndrome is caused due to water. This is a high level of nitrites. Okay, nitrites का जब level high हो जाता है drinking water में, so it creates some condition disease which is called water blue baby syndrome. Excessive nitrates may wash out of the soil during the rain and irrigation of water bodies, and sometimes water due to irrigation and rain, some amount of this also mixed with water bodies. Okay, this process is called water leaching. This can be harmful to the fish and other water animals because algae uses up the oxygen, and this part of this nitrogen substances or nitrate and nitrites is helpful for growth of water some algae. So generally you observe in that some water bodies like pond, the excessive growth, very fast, very rapidly growth of algae, blue green algae in that pond and water. This is called water eutrophication. Eutrophication, or this the green patches like you can see on the surface of the water bodies. This is called algal bloom. Means increase, excessive increase in the number of algae, and it's very harmful for water aquatic animals because whatever the oxygen is dissolved in that water, that can be utilized by this algae, and there will be nothing for water, very less amount of the oxygen for the bottom dwellers and other aquatic animals, and this create the conditions in which many aquatic animals can die due to this algal bloom or due to this eutrophication. Okay, then next, finally, this one is the fourth step, that is denitrification. Now you see, when there is a less oxygen, some special bacteria can convert nitrates into the nitrogen gas. This process is called denitrification. Denitrification means again this compound of nitrogen change into the nitrogen or N2 form. This is called what? Denitrification. This starts the nitrogen cycles over again, and this denitrification means this last steps again start this nitrogen cycle in the atmosphere. So in this way, the cycle of nitrogen is going on in nature, and amount of nitrogen is balanced in nature, and it will change or convert in many different forms and usable forms which is utilized by the plants and animals. So this is all about water. This is a nitrogen cycle or a nitrogen fixation. Now next we are going to the last topic but not least in this chapter, that is animal husbandry. So animal husbandry means it's a process of water, the methods of rearing and caring of animals for the food product and other product which is very useful for us or for a human being. So along with the agriculture, the domestication of animals can be done an important milestone. You can see this in your textbook. The domesticated animals help the human being in various ways, because we know that these are the animals are the main product, or you can say that the main part of our food product. We are getting different types of food items from the animals and many other things more other than this except than this food part. We can get in the many, you can say this feathers, we can use the different excretive materials, we can use the other parts of animals in a various way, different way, which is support our life. So the branch of science, this animal husbandry means this a branch of science deals with the rearing animals on a large scale is called animal husbandry. Underline this one, the second paragraph, the first line. The branch of science dealing with the rearing animals on a large scale is called animal husbandry. It includes the proper feeding, proper breeding, reproductions, you can say that, and the proper take care of about the animals. This is known as this a scientific way in which we are take care about the animals, about its reproduction, about its breeding, about its food need for its shelter. These all things including the animal husbandry. Animals are raised on a large scale in the farms. The process of rearing and breeding, the The process of rearing and breeding of animals for some useful purpose is known as domestication. So means by this domestication or by this animal husbandry, we can get in the many different types of product from the animals. They are known as the animal product. For example, you can see this the table given in your textbook at last of this chapter, end of this chapter at page number 18. We are getting the milk product or milk producing animals like cow, buffalo, goats, sheep. They are gives us the milk, and milk is is a perfect diet. We are getting the meat, eggs, and other things. So these all are the product we are getting from the animals. So this take care of domestication of animals for the different product is known as what animal husbandry. So I hope everybody understood very well this all things, and finally in this way we are finished this first chapter, and the remaining questions or exercise I will send you by the WhatsApp group or WhatsApp message in a group. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day, and please take care about yourself.